Hold on, we not. Okay. Make sure y'all don't have to look up to me. Yellow hands, baby, yellow hands. But we good. Yeah. We good? Hold on. Just a couple more finishing touches. Can y'all hear me? Audio good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Hold on. So today, we good? All right. Okay, y'all hear me? Audio straight. How y'all feeling today? Predators are always helpful. Do not forget that. I never knew nobody who was a predator who didn't do nothing for nobody. How you think they got in the first place? Not trying to make light of it. Stacy White, what's good? How you feeling, ma? Good to see you. And my man Troy Diesel, all up in your area. What's going on, my dude? What's going on? Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. And Tori 2200. My people. T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. All right, so we talk about predators are always helpful. Now, should you be wary of somebody who is trying to help you out, sees that you have a need and fulfills that need? Are all people who give a lot or are always Johnny on the spot, ready and willing to give? Are they somehow hiding, concealing an ulterior motive? Well, one thing about this is you normally find out pretty soon. What a person is about because they don't hide it but so much. But we're going to talk about that today because these predators come in a lot of different forms. And you have levels to this thing. So you have the low level predator, the kind that might, give you a couple of dollars to pay a couple of bills, but they just want a little nookie. Matter of fact, you ain't got, let me feel on something. Cause a lot of these old heads, they man ain't working no more anyway. So not a lot of them, not all of them, definitely not all of them. But a lot of them, so they just want to feel a little something. Let me see up under that skirt. Woo, there was a time I could do something with what's under the hood there. Look at that. Look at you. Yeah. But hey, look. He taking care of an electric bill. A lot of times, people be talking about a car payment and all that. A lot of people don't get their car payment because a lot of people don't have cars. A lot of people don't, they don't have no car note or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got an electric bill. Everybody got a phone bill. Everybody needs some school clothes. Everybody, hey, yo. What? Yeah. Watch your children, baby. Hold on to your significant other and your brother, because men go through it too. on, y'all. And that's how it's going down. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1:30 p.m. till around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. Go fat back and forth with each other. Bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. Yo, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should too. So we are talking about predators are always helpful. Predators are always helpful. And what I'm saying when I say that predators are always helpful, as I'm saying that you would be hard pressed to find anybody who has ever taken advantage of anybody who didn't help them out with something first. And that's just the way it goes. I don't care if it's your nasty ass Penn State football coach or your disgusting ass Boy Scout leader or your little freaky ass Girl Scout homeless shelter. What's that shit when the girls used to run away? Covenant House. Covenant House. Yo, or just that nice man of your neighbor that live around the corner that was always looking out. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby, you all right? How your family doing? Everybody all right? You need anything? I see you. I see that you got that new car and everything. I do mechanic work. I do that little mechanic work. You need something. The tires or the wheel. I'll help you. I ain't gonna charge you that. I ain't gonna charge you nothing. Bring it on, man. Let me change your oil. I'ma change your oil. I'ma change your oil. I'ma change your oil. I'ma change your oil. Yeah. You let the blood. I'ma change your oil. I'ma change your oil. I'ma change your oil. Slide me some oil. Yo, this thing's about to get hot. It's about to boil. Put the water in the pot. Yo, make me a couple of grits. It's about to be some shit. Yo. And I ain't saying that I'm looking for nothing, but let me see a little something, rub something, touch a little something. Yo, I'm doing you a solid. What's going on, yo? Ain't no violence. Everything is gonna be okay. I got a couple of dollars, $40 for you today. Hey, you can buy you a pair of Reeboks back in 1987. Yo, we got the shit in stock. I'm about to rock. You about to come along. I'm about to make sure everything sing a song. I sing a song for you. I said I sing a song for you. Let's get it popping, y'all. Let's get it popping, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, do you? Yes. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Hit that motherfucking like button. And everything is gonna be all right. Think you won't. Everything is gonna be all right. So hit the like button. Anyway, like I said, predators are always helpful. And one of the most disturbing parts about this whole thing and this conversation that we have to have is that the victims ain't always clean. Victims ain't always squeaky clean. They ain't always as innocent as they look. You know, on some old Cassie type shit. Like, she's a victim. I ain't gonna front. She's a victim, but she a predator. Her gut. If you followed the trial and you know some of the details, if you heard some of the testimonies, she ain't clean. That's why he beat. She ain't clean. And you may have had to deal with a situation where you were trying to help somebody out that was victimized, but they wasn't clean. They wasn't clean enough. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of dirty. Like my late great father used to say, yo, I was trying to get some pussy, wind up getting fucked. I was trying to get some pussy, wind up getting fucked. It happens. It happens. Old head, he getting a check. Fixed income. Plus he saved his money. You know what I mean? All I gotta do is show him a little titty. Show him a little titty. Flip up the skirt. Let him see the thong. Ain't nothing wrong with letting him see the thong. He ain't doing nothing. He limp biscuit. He limp biscuit around there, but he want to touch something. He want to touch something. He remember the good old day. He want to touch something. Touch something. A little pretty smile having that. Let me touch. I just want to touch and feel. Touch and feel. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all. I just say it. You know, like, I don't want to blame nobody. Everybody's innocent in my eyes. But, so that's what we talking about today. What up, y'all? Dimples D's. Dimples D's. What's good, baby? And also Mark Coleman, he said, DMX is still alive. Really? What? Show me where he at. You need to get D back in the studio. He's my fave. The white man says, horrible. Ooh. Angela Stewart says, I can do that. What is I'm curious in what part when I was talking did you write that? Was it when I was drumming? It's cool though. It's cool. Everything good. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily, she says, I gotta enjoy the weekend shows because I be having dates with the Sandman through the week. Oh, really? You gotta stay with this Sandman? TK Wright says, old men be like, come on, girl, I just want to hold something right quick. I heard stories. Like, I knew chicks, man. I knew chicks that used to be getting money. I'm like, how is it that you don't work, but you ain't never broke? How you buying drinks and you ain't got, you don't have no income? For real, she said, listen. She said, I got a little, you know what I mean? I got a little lookout. He be looking out for the cookout. And she was saying, I don't be fucking him. I was like, come on, man. I'm a man. You talking to a man. I know I ain't giving you nothing if you ain't, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't trick. But I know for those who do trick, that's kind of, it's a cash exchange. You know what I mean? Checks are not normally accepted. So she was saying, she said, Omar, look, I'm trying to tell you, I don't have to give up nothing. They can't fuck anyway, but they like to touch something. They like to see something. You know what I mean? I ain't saying that I'm the prettiest in the world. She kept it a buck. She said, I ain't the prettiest in the world, but I look good enough to get somebody. You here, ain't you? I was like, I like ugly John. Fat too. She said, well, I'm your girl. All right. Anyway. So she said they just be wanting to see something, touch something. They want to know that they could. And if anything wakes up in them literally one day, they just want to know that they could. So, I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. Do what? I'm your prime dancer. Yeah. But when I say predators are always helpful, a sugar daddy is not a predator. I mean, he gonna look out anyway. But somebody who may be trying to harm you in some type of way, exploit you in some type of way, damage you in some type of way. That's what you have to look out for, and especially when you have children. And many of y'all unfortunately had the experience of finding out this when you were a child. So you were somebody's child that somebody was preying on. And God forbid that they preyed on you successfully. But I know for a fact that many of y'all have been preyed on successfully. Now, did you recognize why it happened? You know, because many people were after they grow up and they get past it, they get past everything, or so they say. You know, that happened when I was younger, but you know what I mean? It used to plague me for a little while. I used to think about it a lot, but I got past it. I had therapy. You know what I mean? I'm healed. Niggas ain't healed. You know how long it takes to heal from emotional trauma? Do you know? Do you know? It takes a long time to heal from physical trauma. Look at these elbows. Look at these elbows. I ain't get these from dancing to a Ludacris record. Throw them bows, throw them bows. So if I got a permanent scar on my arm, on my leg, emotional scars take a lifetime. But the thing is, this don't hurt at all no more. But those emotional scars, for life. For life. That's how long they hurt. For life. Shout out to Mac 10. Shout out to Mac 10. Stop whooping T-By's ass. Oh, yeah, he don't whoop ass no more. But, yeah. You got to protect your children. And the thing is, you can be victimized at any age in different ways. So we got to have this conversation today, because I'm not just talking about no sexual assault or no physical assault or nothing like that. You can be exposed to a predator that just wants to take all your money, And we talking about emotional scars. You know how long it takes to heal from getting got. Is this motherfucker on? Do y'all know how long it takes to heal from getting got? Like Divine Sounds back in 1983 took the bet, and now you're sorry you lost all your money in 3-car Molly. Yeah, when you think that you're about to get a good deal, or you may even thought that you was about to get over on somebody, and they get you for your whole shit. It could be something as small as losing your motherfucking Facebook account. Look, you thought you was going to get a cash app. You thought I told you was going to send you a cash app. No strings attached. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just give me your information and we going to send you the cash app. Yeah, he sent you the cash app. Yeah, your Facebook page, you locked out that bitch. Your Instagram, you locked out that bitch. Yeah, that's just, and you ain't getting back in. Do you know the percentage of people that actually get their pages back? Just get ready to make a new page and send out a whole lot of invites. Made the bet, and now you're sorry you lost all your money in 3-car Molly. It's a terrible feeling. You get got for your cash. And there are a lot of times, a lot of people will get you for your cash. Now, sometimes the stories don't line up. You ever had somebody tell you that somebody jerked them, somebody tricked them, somebody stole from them, somebody robbed them, and that's not exactly how it went? Like in the case of 3-car Molly. Yeah, you know how many people I know that said, yo, I got robbed for my money. And come to find out they played 3-car Molly and they lost. And they felt like they got robbed because they felt like they got scammed. like, yo, did you play, or did they like rush you, hem you up in the back of the bus or the train and take your money? You thought you was smart enough to outsmart them. You thought you could beat them at their own game. You probably only lost about $50. But the year was 1986, and that $50 was doing something. That was the difference between you and a pair of Guess jeans, a shirt, maybe even a nice cool drink from Orange Julius. Shout out to Orange Julius. He still got that. You could have been rocking George's Marciano on your ass. Guess jeans with a nice, cool t-shirt. Nah, not like, this fly championship Eagles, Super Bowl. Nah, not like that. But you could have had a nice little, little nice thing with that little $50. That could have paid your electric bill. Oh, we got a Dick Eater in the chat. Welcome, Dick Eater. That's his name, too. Young Dick Eater. What up? Oh, nothing to do on a Saturday afternoon. Yo, I don't know what part of the country you live in, but there's baseball on right now. You could go watch that shit. Because you're going to get ate up in here. You're going to get ate up bad. James Flooring, what's good? James Flooring, what's good? How you feeling, my dude? Good to see me some you. But yeah, so, you may know somebody that claimed that they got robbed. But what actually happened, what had happened for real, was that they played a game and they lost. 3-card Molly, the shell game with that little pink ball under there. Yeah, it happens. But those are... 3-card Molly guys are not predators. You say, yeah, and your dreams, fool. No, it's not my dreams, dickhead. I'm trying to tell you, you're not going to survive here. Mods, don't erase this dude. Let him suffer the consequences. He wants attention. He about to get it. He wants attention. He craves attention. Feed him. Feed this dickhead. James Florence says, I'm doing good, bro. Just working and trying to stay out of trouble. Yeah, we all got to try to stay out of the way, my dude. We all have to stay out of the way. Byron Whitehead, what's good? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. But yeah, so when I say that all predators are not, they're not out to, they're not out for your body. They might just be out for your money. So a lot of y'all aunts and uncles have been labeled predators. I don't want to diss the auntie, but I want to shout the auntie out. The auntie who has the house that always has room for everybody. Whether it's a big house or a small house. You just got evicted from your place, she got a place for you. If you getting a check. Welfare, food stamps, Social Security, SSI, and SSD. You getting a check, auntie will put you up. But guess what? She gonna get your whole check. All of it. The whole thing. Them stamps, all of it. All of it. She gonna get the whole thing. And she knew that she could catch you at a time when you were low. You and your boyfriend or you and your girl, y'all broke up, having to divide up the kids and all of that kind of shit. Auntie got the crib. Oh yeah, everything gonna be out. All right, baby. Come on over, You can sleep down in the basement. We got a couch bed for you. Shout out to the couch bed. When was the last time some of y'all slept on a couch bed? You know, they got premium couch beds now. Cheryl Halsey, what's good? How you feeling? Stacey talking about stop being mean. Stop being mean. Stop being mean. Who being mean? Stop being mean. I'm up here. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to feed the babies. I'm trying to feed the babies. I'm trying to feed the kids. Why I call that girl ugly? What are you talking about? All right, so James Florence says they act like they're there for you, but they're not for. They actually are there for you, and that's the problem, because they're there for you in ways that are detrimental to you. Like, you thought that your auntie was going to put you up and everything was going to be all right. Like she was going to give you the hometown discount. No, she taking that whole check. And act like you ain't trying to give up that check one of them weeks or one of them months. Act like it. Okay. You ain't got no lease from auntie. You ain't signed shit. She will have a new padlock on your door. Auntie running a rooming house. You ain't know. You thought it was a house with rooms. Auntie got a rooming house. Auntie got a rooming house. So, so she running this operation. And you know, the crazy thing is auntie might be paying rent her goddamn self. So she don't even own the crib. She might be renting the crib and collecting rent in the crib. She's basically subletting her place. But the landlord don't know none. He don't know none. He don't know none. He don't know none. So auntie might be predatory because she's taking all of your money and she's coming to you at a time, so-called helping you at a time when you were at your lowest. You may be having a substance abuse problem. You already getting a divorce, or you broke up, or you and your baby mom or your baby dad is separated and all of that. You worried about your kids. You just trying to, you in dire straits right now. You know, it's a fucked up situation when you are separating from somebody, you got substance abuse problem or a drinking problem. And on top of that, your money is real funny. Your job situation is very in. In the case where you getting an SSI check, you ain't got no job. Maybe you do, because you could have a job under the table. In which case, you should be able to afford a little place for yourself. But if you have a substance abuse problem, then it might be hard for you to be able to afford a place of your that's up to your standards. Could be. So your auntie is coming through. Now, here's the question. Is auntie wrong? Is auntie wrong? Because I'm not sure if auntie is 100% wrong. Yeah, she saw that you needed help and she's definitely collecting her money, but your landlord would do the same thing. Your landlord would take any money that you owe him. The rent is due. If the rent is your whole check, then I need that whole check. You don't come through, I'm putting your ass out. I'm room and board. But let me see, y'all. What do y'all think? in this scenario that we talking about, is auntie mostly right or is she mostly wrong? Because it ain't auntie fault that your life is out of control. It ain't auntie fault that you can't get your shit together. It ain't auntie fault that you can't keep a job. It ain't auntie fault that you can't stay on a lease. It ain't auntie fault that you then got with somebody, then let him knock you up a couple of times, or you done got somebody pregnant 2-3 times, got 2-3 babies, 3 baby mom, 2, 3, baby. I got 4 baby moms and I got 3 babies. Yo, I know the math that I'm talking about is crazy, but the shit happens. I don't know. All I know is I was there. So 4 kids. Yo, I'm taking care. 3 biological and 1 on the other side. Yo, I'ma still keep my pride, but I'm living with Auntie today, and I gotta do this right now. Need somewhere to stay. Everything is gonna be all right, but I gotta work it out. Gotta give Auntie the money tonight. I'm hustling to keep my head above water, and I gotta take care. Sons and daughter, I got caught out there. I think it's, yeah, I care a lot, but I didn't get it there. So I'm living up in this old room and house. Lee, she cooked me breakfast this morning. Anybody, when you fall down a hard time, shit is getting kind of crazy. Yo, I'm about to bomb. Bomb on these motherfuckers, these suckers, the Tommy Tuckers, the Smuckers, jam eating ass niggas, they jelly, and I'm doing this like my celly. I'm not in jail no more. I'm out here free for sure. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Oh God, it's Troll Sunday. It's Troll Sunday. Lolo X says the truth will make you free. We're about to get some freedom. Well. You're about to get some freedom. Freedom. Somebody. So if you want to party, say party. Say party. Grown woman, don't try me. What up, ma? Oh my God. It's Noel said, you're so black, you stole my bike. You're so white, you gave me a bike. You bitch ass nigga. What's wrong with you, son? Yo, you got a new gun. Do you know how to use one? Do you know? John Jeffries. Oh, my dude. Where you been, son? Good to see you. Where you been? He said, Omar with the fresh Mitchell and Ness midnight green, best team in the league shirt. Yo, John, did you see those Super Bowl rings, son? Yo, you see that shit? Yo, did you see the Eagles Super Bowl rings? They got the wings on this shit. That shit mad icy. The information they got, that's a ring you can read. That thing is sick. That thing is. You put that motherfucker on your hand. You know what I mean? You might have to rest up for 4 days. You got to call out. Yo, give me FMLA, man. I'm calling out FMLA, son. Yeah, I got to call out FMLA, dog. Hey, yo, dog, I got to call out FMLA, son. Yeah, man. Shit, I put the ring on my hand. Shit, Shaq, son. Shit, Shaq. Shit, Shaq, mom. Emily says, the predators are coming out. Hold on. The predators are coming out. Young fighter, and it's now showing up to represent fighter. I don't know. Emily, you gotta stop writing all fast. You gotta chill. You know what I mean? You gotta chill. Oh man. I said, could you shout out my boy? Blah, 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 blah. Thanks. But yeah, so I'm saying all of this to say this. Not everybody can be listed as a predator. Just because to you, it may seem like they're not helping you enough, but they are helpful. And that's why this show is called Predators Are Always Helpful. At first, they are. They have something you need. Giving you rides every day to work. You ain't got no car? All right. I'll drive you to work every day. All right. Mhm. It's all good. Shit like that. Predators are always helpful up front in the beginning, but you might be having to pay the piper later on. But that's just like a loan. You know, you go to a bank and get a loan. First of all, they make sure that you can pay back the money, or that they can hold a little something of yours in case you don't pay back. So you have to put up some collateral, right? So what happens when you don't pay back a bank loan? They don't be like, listen, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, can you please pay us back? Could you do it expeditiously? Could you put a little rush on cash? Or we're gonna have to, okay. Or we're gonna have to sue you. John Jefferson. Wait. Oh, A1 Steak says Trump is on the list. Yeah. If you talking about the Epstein list, Trump is definitely on that. He on that. You know what I mean? That's whether you like it or not. He even said he was on the list. He said the shit they wrote about me is mostly fake. Like, yo, so you admit that you, like Elon said, you know, he's in them files. Well, I'll say it in New York. He in them files. He's in them files. He's in the file. You look in the file and you're going to see him in the file. Yo, you think he in them Epstein files? He in them files. He in them files. You look in the files, you're going to see D Trump in the files. DJT in the files. He in the files. John Jeffrey says, watch out for those predators trying to save a honey bun with a honey bun on your bunk. Oh shit. No Diddy.
You have a call from Stacy.
Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Stacy. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Hello, mean man.
What'd you say?
Hello, mean man.
Let me give you a little warning. Don't call in here today talking old crazy shit. You know what I mean? Now you gonna come in here. You know what I mean? Take your shoes off because I just got the carpet clean, and make sure that you don't touch nothing yet. Don't touch nothing yet. You all right? You need a drink?
Okay. I was calling about the topic.
Okay.
You do have to have, you really have to be sharp. They do come off real nice. You don't find too many people being nice these days in this world. And by me being by myself, I get a lot of old men want to help me take my garbage out.
Okay.
And I pay attention to that. And they don't be wanting nothing. At the time, they don't want nothing for taking my garbage out. They be really helpful. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about something else, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's why I always stay prayed up. And as far as also, when you're meeting somebody, I never had a thing where, you know, my pockets got, I felt that I got ripped off or anything. That happened to a lot of ladies in this dating situation. And I think that's the only reason why I'm still in the game, because I haven't had my heart broken like that. You gotta have discernment.
Okay, so wait, so you got trust issues so bad you won't even let a man take your garbage out?
No, I'll let them they'll take my garbage out, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, like, why you asking me to take my garbage out? I can take my own garbage out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like,
All right, well,
I'm very cautious. I'm very cautious in my real life. I'm very cautious when I'm online. I'm very cautious in my real life. I live in a good neighborhood. I live in the suburbs. That don't mean that the suburbs, you know, it's crime everywhere, you know?
Definitely. So you let them take your garbage out, right?
Yeah, he offered and I let him. So, but
But was he giving you the eye? Was he giving you the eye?
he wasn't giving me the eye, but when you be too nice, I be wondering.
So he
And I don't
wasn't.
like old men
Wait,
though.
okay, but I'm saying, um, maybe he was just being hospitable. If he ain't ask you for nothing, did you catch him?
He could,
Did you
he could
catch him?
continue.
Huh?
Yes, he could continue to be hospitable. But this show right here just confirmed I'm still watching my back.
Well, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though. Since you say you didn't see him giving you the eye, right?
He's not giving me the eye like that. He's just being really hospitable and everything. But sometimes there's something behind that. Especially everybody's not transparent.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he was being kind of transparent. He saw a woman who is taking out the trash, and he did the manly thing and took out the trash for her. Did he? Did you catch him? Did you ever catch him?
I'm able-bodied to take out my own damn trash.
Yeah, but in every household, taking out the trash is a boy's job. Only single women got to take out their own trash.
I could take out my own damn trash.
You got to, because you know what I mean. You're a single woman. But if you had a man in the house, the trash is his job.
Well, I ain't got no man in the house, and I could take out my own damn trash.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? He was just it sounded to me like he was just being a good man. You know what I mean? You said he wasn't giving you the eye. You ain't never catch him, looking at your butt or nothing?
He always around.
Huh?
He always around. I'm admiring he always around. You need help with that? I'm like, no, I don't need help. I got my own car.
Yeah, but you said he was retired. Maybe he's around because he's. You said he was an old head, so maybe he's around because he's retired.
I don't know. I got myself.
How about you tell a story of you getting got? Anybody ever steal money from you when they was acting like they was being nice? You ever been tricked?
I haven't been tricked. I have been brokenhearted, but I haven't been tricked about money. Because God always blessed me back. And first of all, I don't give money freely like that. I'm selfish.
Well, let me.
If you get money from me, trust me, you're very likely.
Well, let me ask you this, and I also want to ask the people in the chat this: if somebody breaks your heart, right? But they didn't take anything from you. They didn't take any material possessions from you or whatever. But maybe they was just acting like they wanted to be with you and things didn't work out. But you felt like they really just played around with your heart. Do you consider a person like that to be a predator? Or do you think okay, now what makes them a predator?
Because he knew what he was doing, and he knew my moves. They knew my moves, and matter of fact, stole my moves. I think I didn't think it was intentionally at first, but now that I look at it, maybe it was intentionally. But the only reason why I don't get really ticked off about it, because I didn't lose no money out of it.
Exactly. So, but what makes them a predator? What did they take from you? Because I'm thinking like a predator normally takes something away from you, but
it takes your confidence and love. If you trusting in love, and if you trusting in a relationship, and you trying to go forth in a relationship and in love, that could take your trust in other men.
Okay, but I need to ask you a few specific questions. I need to ask you a few specific questions so we can see if this man who you are labeling a predator really qualifies for that. Now, is he a predator because he made you promises that he didn't keep, or is he a predator just because he made you like him more than you thought you would like him, and then he didn't like you or whatever?
It was both. I don't like being like, I don't like being used, because some guys are are all right, but then they see other people see me on their shoulder, then they all of a sudden eyes come open. I don't like being a standby. Either you like me for me, or don't play with my feelings. That's all I'm saying. And don't use me for a standby. God don't like that.
I mean, I understand that, but I'm just trying to make sure that a predator is a predator. All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look up the definition of a predator. You know what I mean? We're gonna look up the definition of a predator and see if he indeed is qualified to be labeled as a predator. Hold on. What is the definition of a predator?
Here's the definition of predator: an animal that naturally preys on others.
Okay, it says an animal that naturally preys on others, but it also has a number 2 definition. And it says a person who ruthlessly exploits others. A person who ruthlessly exploits others. Now, the thing about it is they underline ruthless, exploits, ruthlessly exploits. So if a man would, really saw something in you and he really thought that y'all could make it, but then, as time went on, maybe y'all wasn't getting along, or maybe it wasn't working out the way that he thought it was going to work out. And he decided, well, you know what? I can't, I don't really want to do this anymore. He might not be a predator because he wasn't ruthless about it. But let me ask you. Well, I'm just saying by the definition, because I read the definition. You heard the definition, right? Because I played the definition. The definition. So the definition said that is one who ruthlessly exploits others. Ruthless. So in other words, he could have done it in a gentle way, but he did it in a way that was offensive because it was ruthless. Like hella high water, ruthless. Like I'm a win. I'll do whatever it takes to win, even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal, and kill. So if he doesn't do that, I mean, you can look at him as being a predator, but it might.
Like I said, we cool. I'm over it. I ain't no money lost. I done got blessed. I'm not gonna hang on to. I ain't gonna let no devil take stop me from talking to God by him taking up space in my head because I'm pouting and mad about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm healed. I'm healed.
You healed? You sure?
I'm healed.
What's healed to you?
Healed is not talking about the same thing, the same man posting the same thing what the man done did to you. You done moved on, not looking back.
What if you still thinking about it?
I ain't thinking about the shit.
Okay, all right. You don't have to use such profane language. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be so profane. I sense some pent up aggression there. You gotta calm down. Yeah, calm down. I'm about to turn your mic down. But anyway, when you talk about somebody being a predator, let me ask you this: do you know anybody else? Do you know somebody or were close to somebody who you would consider to be a predator?
No, I have. My mother have had friends that ran into predators. They preyed on them and got them for all they had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like that.
So, but would you consider your mom to be a predator?
Not my mom, her friend.
Oh, her friend. Now, what did you consider them to be a predator or to be predators?
They at that time they were just a regular person. I don't know why she was able to attract that, but I think men could sense things in different women. They know if you got self-esteem and confidence. You know.
Okay, if you have self-esteem and confidence, then I don't know. Like when you say when a woman says, when you say that a woman got him for all he had, did she really give him for all he had, or did she get him for all she needed?
She got him. I mean, he got her. She's still dealing with it today.
Oh, he got her.
He got her.
Oh, what did he do?
Got her money and then got her too. And then got married on her. So at least when
Wait. What did he wait a minute. Wait, hold up. What did he take from her?
He took money from her.
He took
He dated her, he took her heart, dated her, took her heart. You know, that and all that. I mean, you don't do stuff like that. These people are human beings.
Oh, he took her money. He took her money, like her life savings or something.
Huh?
Like her life savings or something.
She told half of the story, but it was some drama. Yeah, it was some drama.
She only told half the story. Oh.
He got. And I don't want to be got like that, like I said. But I got too because I'm thinking I'm cool. Dude got married on me. They think we gonna still be friends. I don't think so.
So you saying he can't get no nookie?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I don't do adultery. Because that's exactly what that is. I cut them off.
You can't do adultery unless you married.
Well, he's married. My conscience still will be kicking in. I don't need that crazy woman coming to my doggone house or my apartment.
Okay.
She don't trust him.
Okay, all right.
I'm glad he's who he's with. That's why I ain't messing with him. I'm happy for him.
You happy for him?
I'm very happy for him. That's why I said I'm healed.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what I mean? Blessings for you being healed. I like to see people being healed.
Yeah. But then I don't want to be tore down by the next one.
Right.
I'm very cautious.
I understand. I do. So all right. So you saw your mom's friend get got by some dude who took her money and her heart, right?
Yep. And I think, you know what? Just listening to them, I think that was a ministry for me. And that's why I never really, I've been hurt, but I never been broken like that.
But what did he do for her in order to get close enough to her to be able to take her heart and her money?
I guess he swept her off her feet. She told that he did certain things for her, took her out, flowers, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah? Oh, he was sweet in the beginning. He was a nice man.
Yes, like you said in the beginning.
But did he provide anything for her in the beginning?
I think she said he did provide, and that's what she liked it. But see, we could be weak to that stuff and down, you know. You gotta have discernment.
What did he provide? Did he provide money or just random orgasms?
No, I think he provided when it came to her. He provided money.
Money, okay.
It was money, and that's why she was pissed. But see, they can give out money first.
Right.
Give out money. And then that's when they'll come back for money and take more of your money. So you gotta be smart of that. So I don't want to get that game out. I ain't writing no book on that. So that's what it is. So I just don't want to be got. I think I had a ministry. I was watching the do's and don'ts, and I think I survived it a little bit, just a little bit. I survived it, you know. So it's predators out there. You just have to be careful.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying my best not to be bitter. And like I said, I believe I am healed, but not when it comes to my friend that I was close to. Now, I done forgave him, but I ain't forgave her. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I haven't forgave her. That's the big difference. I ain't healed from that.
But she not a, I mean, but is she a predator? How's she a predator?
She not a predator, but she a hoe, and she tried to take my man right from under my nose.
But okay, so she might be a bad person, but that don't mean she a predator.
I don't know what she is because she done did some of everything.
All right, but
so
we talking about predators today. Predators. So I need predator examples. Go ahead.
I gave you one. I can't get no more.
Why? If you
I
got
can't get no
one,
more.
if you
I'm
got one,
watching out.
if you got
I'm
one,
watching out. I'm watching out for who be nice to me because there might be a reason behind it. I gotta find out what the
if
reason
you
why
got
he's being
one,
nice.
if you got one, you got two. What's the other one?
The other one, it's not no other one. I watch it who I don't have no children, but I help raise children, so I can't bring everybody into my life because I'm not saying I can live my life as freely as I want to, but I know that these kids are close to me. They in and out of my life. I don't let anybody in my life because I don't know if they want me or if they looking at what I got connected to me.
Well, what would you do? What would you advise children to do in order to avoid predators?
I don't do nothing. I just told the ones that's close to me, if I'm into somebody, they know who I'm into. And I don't bring everybody home, like I said. So that's their parents' job to tell them what to do and what not to do. I just told them whoever I'm dating, if it's close, if that person mean a lot to me, they already know who it is.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
So you wouldn't
I
tell
don't
you
have
you don't have you don't tell kids like don't talk to strangers or don't accept,
but
you know
they
what I mean?
already know. They should already know. Should these
What you
kids working their
mean? What you mean they should already know?
They know. They already be know.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Don't
Hold
know.
on.
They
You just
know.
hold on for a second. You just hold on for a second.
You have a call from
Sure.
Caller with the last number is 9843. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good.
Hi, son. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Good to hear
This
from
is
you.
Cheryl.
Everybody is. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna be long. I was just brought something back up in my mind when you brought up predators.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, this was a long time ago. But anyway, just before our neighbors got ready to move to Louisiana, the husband approached me. He's seen him when he used to go to work at night. And we would go over there and drink beer with him and what have you, him and his wife. But he pulled a shocker on me because he came over and he said he wanted to show me something. And so what he did, he pulled a porno book out. And they was getting ready to move to Louisiana. And so he opened one page and he had $1,000 in there. And he asked me if I would, indulge with him. And it threw me into a shock. I'm living next door to this man. Well, this was about 5 years after we had bought our home. Anyway, 5 years, and I have a little girl at that time, 2 boys and a little girl.
Mm.
And I'm not knowing because he never, ever gave on that type of thing. But what he said was, nobody will ever know. And because we were getting ready to move to Louisiana, which they did. And so when he got home that night, I told him about it, but he was older, and I was like, well, he said, I know you handled yourself. I said, of course I did. But I'm just shocked, It was truly shocking to me, knowing that we're living next door to these people all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And this man got this on his mind. But then, well, really, I'm like, and we got a little girl running up and down the street playing. And so, yeah, well, he was a predator as far as I'm concerned, to say something like that. And I don't know what else he done. But it was just really a shocker to me. But as far as, you
people say hi to you, and it might feel a nice way. No one has ever, got out of they got out of line. But anyway, I know how to handle myself.
Right.
But that just brought something back to me that I hadn't thought about in years. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And so, but it was just crazy, and then with the today's show, that brought it back to my mind. And I'm like,
now,
wow.
around what year was that?
Whoa, that was about what? Let's see, my little girl was what, 6.
Mm.
So yeah, that was about 89. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how much did he have in the book?
Huh?
How much did he?
$1,000.
You a strong
And
woman.
my husband was like, you should have took the money. I'm like, I know you lost your mind,
Wait. Your husband said you should have took the money?
Yeah. But he said, but I know you weren't going to do nothing. He said, you should have threatened him, I'm going to tell him, And he said, he wasn't going to say nothing. But I'm like, if you lost your mind, he said, no, I'm just playing, Then after a while, I started thinking about it. I said, I should have took the money just for him to talk to me like that.
I mean, yeah, $1,000. I mean, yo, you can best believe he been after you in his mind for a long time. He ain't come down with it. He ain't come with no short cash. He came through with a whole 1,000. Sheesh.
1,000, in a porno book, and the lady said, we can do anything you want. Anything.
Do you remember if it was a black porno book or a white porno book?
It was white. Mm-hmm. Back in them days, they didn't too much have no black. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was white. And I'm like, at first I thought I misunderstood it. But then I'm looking, no, I ain't misunderstood it because here's the book. But then when you got to turn this page, the page, it says, we can do it any kind of way you want, whatever you want. And then when I seen the page with the money, and then I'm like, he's serious,
Yeah, he's serious, all right.
But I'm like, but like what you said, he was lusting all this time for years. Yeah. And I told him, what was his name? Jack. And Jack and Viola. I'm like, Jack, that's wrong. And I feel disrespected,
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, I didn't threaten him like him was saying, sure, what am I going to do? Knock that man out, because he was older,
Mm-hmm.
And that, because I did. I wanted him to say something to him. And what he did talk to him. He did talk to him. He said, for the rest of the time that you're here, he said, now that I know what's on your mind, he said, don't ever disrespect my wife like that. I was standing in the door listening,
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. But
I was very uncomfortable after that, because it took them about 2 weeks there, and then they were out of there. Mm-hmm. And he said, nobody will ever know. We're moving to Louisiana. And I'm like, in other words, he's saying, your husband won't know and my wife won't know. And I'm like, I never would have thought, like I said, sometimes we would go next door, he'd invite us over for a beer. Well, now I see why you wanted us to come over for a beer. You sitting up there lusting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, but that's, I mean, like I said, yes, I've had other men say things to me, I don't like nobody whispering at me, but, they said other things to me, and I've known how, put them in their place, and blah, blah. But that was I just want to share that those times. But it just came back to my mind today. And I hadn't thought about it in a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff is coming off my brain. The other day, he asked me where I was as far as being happy. And I truly when I said a 4, I'm trying to be. I have the children, and they make me happy, but I just, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to do this. Yeah. But anyway, their show and the chat and everybody in the chat, just a simple hi makes my day. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
I hear you.
But anyway,
I really appreciate. I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate you calling it. It sounds like he took his body to to Louisiana, but it sounds like he left his heart in California.
I don't know what he done, but I was shocked. But after Henry had said that, he said it. Then I got to look at him sideways when he said, "You should have took some money," And then, just told him to get the hell on away from the house, because I let him in my house, And my kids, I have the screen door on. I always kept my front door open, but we were sitting down talking, and I'm thinking it's okay to let Jack in. He's an older man, and I always kept a gun, where I could get to it. But and like I said, my children could have came in and out, but he was just trying to set it up.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to figure where his mind was going. Are you talking about going to a motel? What? Because I know you ain't talking about doing nothing here. I want me to come over there, But it was just crazy, But predator, yes, he was. And then, like I said, I got to thinking about my little girl, our little girl. What in the heck was you thinking about to say something like that to me? But anyway, I just want to share that with you in the chat.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That was a heck of a story. Very authentic. Very authentic. That's something else.
All right. God bless everybody. All right.
You too. Have a great day.
You too. I'm going to happy Sunday.
All right.
Have a blessed one. Stop being so mean, son.
Yeah.
Stop being so mean. Everything will be all right.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to turn TV back on.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Me and Mrs. Halsey. Ain't got nothing going on. He should have put in 2000. A stack in 89. Shit. I'd have got me one of them.
You have a call.
I'd have got me one of them Honda Elite scooters.
Troy.
Fuck are you talking about? Troy? Hey, brother Troy. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Troy. Thanks for calling in.
The one them called Troy.
The one them called Troy. The one them called Troy calling into the show today.
Well, I'd like to thank you for speaking to all my opening acts before you brought the headline on.
Exactly. You run things, Troy. You run things.
What's going on, good brother? I need the slogan first, bro.
Me feeling like a real man should. You already know.
I'm feeling irony today, man.
Feeling irony today, man. No doubt. So yeah.
Well, I got some stories for you, son. Some gonna make you want to go get your gun. Some might make a couple people cry. Some might make me want to go rehash your memory and go get my gun. Some might make me want to cry. So I'm going to give you a couple stories because if I don't speak on them, other people might go through them and people don't understand how to deal with it.
Okay.
I have an oldest daughter. And at this time, me, her mother, nor my mom knew that she had autism. So So when she started around age 13 or 14, she started walking off. I don't know if I told you this story, you know, but she started walking off. She lived in South Philly. I lived in West Philly at the time, but I'm from South Philly. But she started walking off, and she got around the neighborhood. And then this guy had seen her. This guy had seen her, and instead of calling the cops, he took her back to her house. And he never told nobody about it, so she ran away again and wound up popping up at this guy's house. And she was missing for 6 to 7 days. Walked around the neighborhoods looking for a proposal.
And how old was she?
Say that again?
How old was she at the time?
At this time, she was 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
Had the cops looking for her. I called the news people. The news people wouldn't even post her picture on TV. But it fucked me up how they would post dogs missing and cats missing. But they wouldn't post my daughter on TV. So, make a long story short, she popped up at my mom's house and my mom took her to CHOP.
Okay.
So I went to the hospital and she told me the story. My daughter was raped by 12 different men. My daughter popped up pregnant by one. And I had to get an abortion. It turned out that one of the main guy was best friends with my middle brother, that's the pastor. And used to eat at our dinner table when he came to our house on Carpenter Street. The one that met her and took her to his house.
So he knew her?
He didn't know her. She wasn't even born then. This is when we were younger.
Okay. So he was preying on somebody that he was associated with but didn't know. Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay.
Make a long story short, I got brothers. My older brother, his name is Brian, but I call him Big Head. He's a bitch, so I know he wasn't going to help me look for the person. My middle brother's a pastor, and rather than drop his cloth and help me go look for the person that he knew who it is and how he look, he'll rather keep his cloth and just protect himself from anything. I came all the way from West Philly, stopped at my mom's house. I seen a baseball bat. I was walking around the neighborhoods with a baseball bat in my hand. I found out where he lived, so I got my cousins together. I got one of my god brother together. We rode past there 2 or 3 times. Then, one night, my wife and her cousins got with me. We rode around South Philly. The last time we rode around, I stopped at a store. And when we stopped at that store, I bumped into her godfather. Because I tried to get in contact with him, but he couldn't. He didn't know his number had changed. So when I seen him, I asked him who he was. Lo and behold, sometimes God works in mysterious ways. He walked into the store and tried to sell me a cell phone. Walked right by me. First he went somebody else. The last person he tried to sell it to was myself. My god brother went to the house and went and got his 9. So my cousins, one, bless you by the way, one hid outside, the other one,
bless you too.
The other one stood near the door and the other one stood near the corner. Just to keep him trying to run. So when he got near me again, he turned his back. I beat the shit out of him, punched him in his face. He did a flip. He tried to run by my wife's cousin. He did a flip. I don't know how he landed on his feet, but he did. He tried to run. I screamed out what he did to my daughter. I hit him with a bike, threw a bike at him. my cousin opened up his legs, and I just had some fresh butter ass Timberlands. And I proceeded to kick him in his nut at least about 5 to 10 times. From what I was told, he lost his testicles. So, also, he turned my daughter on to smoking crack. So when I sit up here and I tell you, I can tell you about predatory instincts and predatory people, I can tell. To this day, my daughter is still going through substance abuse problems. I seen this guy in South Philly again, and it took every bit of my energy not to go get my gun. Not to go get it. Because I told them, don't never let me see you in South Philly again. And some people, when you're on them drugs, you allow yourself to be take shit for granted. But my mom always said that, Troy, if you don't deal with it at the time, don't deal with it at all. And let go and let God. That's hard to do. Because I should have killed them when it happened.
Well,
you know. But that's one of the major things that happened to me in my life when it comes to my kids. And the predatory shit.
But wait a minute. Wait. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that happened to your daughter. That's number one. What did he do to lure your daughter back to his crib? Like, do you know, like why she went with him?
Well, I guess at that point in time, she felt safe. She was out there by herself. You know, she was out there by herself. She felt safe, regardless about how he got her there. He got her there maybe because she was a 14, 15 young girl, a girl who had no knowledge of no knowledge of what situation she was getting herself into, because she had autism. She was on the highest scale, the middle scale of autism.
No, I understand.
So with having that, you know, somebody talking to you and somebody having that conversation with you, when you don't have an understanding of that, and they're almost like in their 40s, then you have to have an understanding of how to really just dig deep into how a person operates. So them words, however he worded it, however he said it, well, you need something to eat, you hungry, let's go back to the crib, just do this, let's do that.
So, you know. So y'all never went to court for this?
Oh, no, we went to court.
Oh, okay.
We went to court. We went to family court. Matter of fact, I was sitting there. My brother, that's the pastor. My mom was there. My wife was there, and her mother was there. And when he walked up he had the cuffs and stuff on him. When the lawyer was with him, he was like, "There you go, right there. That's the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through right now. That's why." And I said, and I told him and his lawyer, I said, and if you allow me to get the fuck to him right now, I'll be at CFCF. Please let me get to this motherfucker.
So wait. He went to court. What did he go to court for?
Well, what was it? Statutory rape.
Okay. So he went to criminal court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. When you go to family court for that, you go to family court. You go to regular family court for that. They don't send you to Center City.
For statutory rape?
For statutory rape, they send you to family court. There's a court. There's pretty much like that. It's family court. Because we had to go down there where the big free library at down there on the Parkway.
I definitely know 1801 Vine.
Yeah, we had to go there. And then, well, you know where the new family court is at, right there on 15th Street.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
But we had to go there and deal with it. You know, so behind all this laughter and behind all this, giggling and having fun and enjoying, there's some pain behind a lot of that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I told you the situation with my mom. And I also told you the situation about how I cursed my aunts out and how I can't be around my family, especially my older brother and his daughter. Because when you sit back and you think about this shit, you never think that family would do this. My mom was diagnosed with the beginning stages of dementia. My brother, his daughter, and her sister was at the hospital. My mom wanted to give my niece, my older brother's daughter that was on pills, popping pills, wanted to give her a power of attorney. My brother knew what his daughter was into, and my aunt claimed she didn't know, but I know she knew that she was on pills. But instead, my aunt calls a notary public to notarize the letter that was written out at the hospital. It wasn't even typed out, it was written out in ink.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom got out the hospital, first and foremost, the house that she was living in is the house that me and my mom owned, but I was the main beneficiary of the house because it was for my grandmother, my grandfather on my father's side. My father's grandfather, my father's father, and my grandmother who he had married. Wasn't my maternal grandmother, but just as well should have been. So when my mom got to the point, she wasn't, one thing about my mom, she might don't remember anything, but she remember her motherfucking money. She might call you 10, 15 names, but she remember her money.
Yeah, I understand.
So when all this happened, I told my aunts and them that I think it's best that we sell this house so I can get my mom put into a senior living area or buy another house, because she always was worried about her grandkids having a place to live. And I thought that it would be best that she didn't take her portion, get another house. I said I even take part of my portion and make it into somewhat of a handicap house for her. Well, they didn't want to do that. And my niece died then and tried to sell her house underneath me because the real estate broker that she went and got told her that my name wasn't on the deed. Now I realized that I already knew my name was on the deed, so I went to my lawyer and he gave me a printout paperwork of everything being on the deed. And I fired that bitch at another person, and I told my niece to mind her fucking business before a situation go down that she's not gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing led to another. We're on the verge of selling the house. My mom moved down my sister's house. See, this is when you sit back and you say family, the predatorial part of what you was talking about you was talking about aunts not supposed to do this and family not supposed to do that, or they should do it or they don't have to do it. But my aunt, this is my aunt's sister.
Wait, hold on. In the comments, they're asking, do you feel like your aunt was a predator in a sense?
Yes, because I'm going to tell you how she was predatorial on her money. This is your sister. So you my brother, and even if you're not my blood brother, if you in a jam where as though your health is failing you, and you need somebody to take care of you, and I got a house, I'm not charging you for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're my brother. This is her sister. You know how much she charged my mom for rent? $1,200. $1,200 for an apartment, not a house, an apartment.
Okay.
My niece was going into her apartment, in her account, in my mom's account, because she had access to my mom's account, and she was doing whatever she wanted to. Amazon, ordering shit online, buying drugs. My brother would come to her and get money. My sister, who was also diddling, dabbling drugs, they would pay my sister to watch, to take care of my mother. That's your mother. There's not a dime in this world you should need money for when it comes to your mother. And then my niece's mother, who was also on drugs, they was paying her the same thing. So they was taking money out my mom's account to get money out. My niece, who was a caregiver, power attorney, was taking her portion, and she was divvying that out to my sister and her mother and giving her father some money. So then now when you sit back and people understand, people don't have to understand, love, damn, why you can't forgive that. I can't forgive that. That's my mother. And the reason why me or my middle brother couldn't get involved is because my mom, even when she was in and out, she didn't want people, she knew we knew the business. She knew my brother investigated and knew that my niece was stealing money from her. But my mom is one of these people of, I love the underdog. If the team is 0-16 and they going against a team that's 16-0, she's going for the 0-16 team to win. That's my mom.
Okay.
She don't want to hear nothing about her granddaughter, the pill popper, her oldest son, the one that was going back and forth to. I was told that he was locked up at times for child support, but he was going back and forth to the rehab for doing crack. Or her sister charging her 12. She don't want to hear nothing negative about them, but you don't want the people that's going to be there for you to keep you here, and that's going here to make sure that you're taken care of. If my mom would have allowed me, I would have took care of. I would have washed her, bathed her, did everything. But as a woman, you don't want your sons doing that. You know, and at the end of the day, I respect that. But see, like I told, like the whole thing I was trying to tell my mom is that it's best that you go into a place where you have the right care. You had enough money to do that, and they took that. And if this is what's messing my blessings up, so be it. Because at the end of the day, God knows my heart, but He also knows how much I love my mother. And my mom always used to say, if God can forgive you for your sins, how is it that you can't forgive others? Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's why I laugh, giggle, chuckle, try to keep my spirits up, try to have fun, try to live life in a different way. Because when you in your own thoughts and you're in your own space, you know what you're capable of doing. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know when I found out about my daughter, I knew what I wanted to do to this guy, but I said to myself, God, if I was like, yo, you want me to take care of this right now while you got him on the ground? I said, no, because I didn't want him. I didn't want that on my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want that on him. If anybody should have done that, I should have did it. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of hurt in me with this shit. It don't go away. You know, there's a part in like I always say, there's people with memory. We all have memory Rolodex in our head. So when you finish talking about it, you'll take that memory that you just spoke about and you put it back in your head, and you hope that you won't remember, but you remember.
Fact.
You remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when I seen the topic, I was like, should I speak up on it? I said, but then when I heard everybody else speaking, I said, you know what? This might be one story that I never told, son. So that's the shit that's the situation about my oldest daughter and the situation about my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are some of the main, and it's been said, and then it's been, I got a nephew, my oldest brother's son, I was told used to try to touch and feel, even tried to rape his sisters. And I didn't find this out until they got older. And my brother never done nothing about that. And nobody never brought that up. Even my daughter said that he tried to do something to her. And I said, let me explain something to you. If I don't know about nothing, I can't do anything about it. And then when I went to go to the cops, my mom started crying, begging me not to do that.
Here's the thing. All right. See, with kids, it gets a little funny because if we talking about predators and how they are always helpful up front, I don't know if kids really fit the predator profile, even though they may do some things that predators do, like, sneak around, try to escape culpability, whatever. But so often, the reason that they're predators or predatory in the first place is because they've been victimized themselves. So a lot of times they're mimicking what has been done to them. So I'm not trying to excuse them.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
But there is an explanation for them. There's actually an explanation for all predators. It's just not the explanation that will excuse them, or pardon them from what they're doing. Because the longer you do something, the more you do it, you get better at it. So that's why predators are so dangerous, is because they've already calculated the risks and they already follow a particular playbook so they can reach the end that they're trying to reach. So it sounds like your aunt took the angle of the fact that she was her blood relative, and they had history, and all of that. She was just out to get some money. A lot of people.
The fucked up part about that, she knew. The messed up part about the whole situation is that my mom trusted her sister with knowing how much she was getting from her pension and from Social Security.
Yeah, I understand.
Her telling
Predators don't prey on people that don't have nothing. They always prey on somebody who has something, even if it's just a set of titties or ass or something. But you're giving up something. You know what I mean? They're going after something. So I get it. I get it. It's hard to trust a person that values money over everything, because you know how easily compromised they are. You know what I mean? You can never really trust their loyalty or faithfulness, because you know that they can always be bought out no matter what. But let me switch gears for you. Switch gears with you for a minute. And since we're talking about how predators are always helpful, do you know of any situations where somebody could be labeled as a predator and they could just be labeled as somebody who was just helping out? So like when I was talking to Stacy on the line, and she was talking about how she considers somebody who breaks your heart to be predatory. With some people it can seem that way, and some people it might not seem that way. But if we're talking about predators being helpful in the beginning, this is a special kind of warning to people, because so often the people you think are the ones that are helping you out. It's like I don't know if you've ever heard that story about the dog being thirsty, so he licked the ice, and the ice had a blade in it, and he kept licking the ice until the ice melted, and then he was licking the blade, and he was cutting his tongue and drinking his own blood. So he's thinking that he's drinking something that's good for him, but meanwhile he's killing himself. That's sort of like what dealing with a predator is like. They to some people will argue that no, you just mad, or you just trying to make them look bad, or you just trying to, sour their name in the streets or something like that. Meanwhile, you may know for a fact that that person is a monster. However, they may be more monstrous to you than they are to everybody else or to the rest of the world, because like in the situation where your aunt, uncle, or whoever is collecting rent. I'm not talking about your aunt and your mom's situation, but the situation I was talking about earlier, where your aunt might, and I always say aunt because I've known so many aunts who did this shit. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about these money getting ass aunties, but basically running a rooming house or a halfway house. So everybody who come home from jail, if they getting a check, they can go to auntie house because she got the room and board for them. But she taking all their money. You understand what I mean? She might be taking your money. If you got kids, she might take their money too. They getting a check. Oh, they got autism? Need that. You know what I mean? Oh, some type of disability. Or they dad died. Dad died. And he used to work. He or she getting SS? I need that. All your food stamps, 100%. Need that. You know what I mean? Some people might call that predatory, and some people might say, "Well, look, the bills is due. If you was living in an apartment building, that's what you would have to pay."
But there's a big difference between contributing and taking advantage of.
Exactly. But that's what I'm asking you about. I'm asking you, do you know of any situations where some people saw it differently? Some people saw it one way and some people saw it another way.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because like when I was doing real estate, I knew of a lot of situations like that. You know what I mean? Where I'll never forget this woman, Miss Holmes. Miss Holmes was renting a house from us. She went in the crib, but she would never let us come over and do no repairs or nothing. That's because she renovated the whole place and turned a 3-bedroom into like an 8-bedroom. How she did it, I don't know. Put up her own walls and shit. Doors, she set up, it was multiple rooms, and she was renting out rooms. She wasn't even living in the joint, and we didn't know about it. We didn't know about it until one of them got suspicious and was like, "I need to talk to the landlord because this ain't working in the house and that ain't working in the house." Because she wouldn't call us. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't call us because she knew if we came over, we're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? You done set up shop. She had set up shop, turned a 3-bedroom into an 8-bedroom.
God damn.
Yeah, it was utilizing the basement and everything. She went and sent her dudes in, but she was getting about $400 or $500 a head. Times 8. Plus getting a portion of their food stamps and all of that. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, she had the Ronald McDonald House going on. So she was violating us and them. You know what I'm saying? So, but some people might say, shit, she was just smart. They ain't have to move in. But all of them had some kind of problems. That's why they was getting a check.
And that's where the predatorial part comes in at.
Some people might look at it like that's still not predatory. She was giving them a good price for for what they was getting. Would you rather them be homeless? Now, of course, somebody in the know would say, well, if they were a ward of the state, so to speak, because they were getting SSI, then they could have got subsidized housing. Other people might say, who the fuck want to live in subsidized housing? You know what I mean? There are different sides to the story. And it's funny because this argument was coming up. I tell you who was really mad, us. Because we wasn't getting but 500 for the spot. You know what I'm saying? She making more than us.
God damn.
And the crib was in total violation. You can't have that many rooms. Yeah, she ain't zone nothing. She ain't go downtown for nothing. She threw up she put up some plywood and some damn sheetrock and got busy. For all I know, she wouldn't let us in the crib.
She turned the room into cubicles.
Yo, it was crazy. She changed the locks and everything. We the landlord, we got a knock. Yeah. I remember, and I never forget this chick. She was old head, dark-skinned chick, and she stunk. And she told me I could buy you. She looked me right in my eyes and said, I could buy you. And I sniffed and I said, no, you couldn't. You fat stink ass.
Especially after sniffing her.
Yo, she stunk. I'm like, all this money you getting, you over here, you know what I mean? Now, later on, I realized, like, because she was an older woman, she probably had some, you know what I mean? Let me just say, she probably had some slippage issues that she wasn't taking care of. Some slippage issues. But yeah, she was funky. But she it depends.
Well, it depends on if she wanted to pay.
Yeah. Exactly. It depends, right? So, but yeah, but she was getting money like that. And she thought she was the shit. And
well, if she had slippage, some seepage, she was the shit.
No, she was. All right, well, but anyway, and the reason that I brought up this situation is because situations like this get people talking, and this is how a lot of these predators get off. You know what I mean? Like it's like this MAGA shit. Where some people see Trump as a hero. Oh no, y'all just not used to somebody really getting something done. And we looking like, are you out of your fucking mind? This dude is a crook. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to some people, he's a hero. To other people, he's nothing. He's the worst. Scum of the earth. So, yeah, that's what we're working with. And especially when we're talking about predators are always helpful at first. Predators have this thing where they have been known. Like my cat, big as shit. Yeah, I can hear her coming down the street. He sound like a whole person, like boom, 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 boom. But anyway, yeah, where people be getting off, people be, looking good in the eyes of other people or the public because they feel like, no, I gave you all of this. You know what I mean? Predatory behavior comes in a lot of different ways. You know how we talk about in business, we talk about predatory lending. Predatory lending. Now, predatory lending is when you charge like extremely high interest rates that will be hard for anybody to pay back, especially the people who you have given the loans out to. But the predatory lender is like, the only reason they even qualify for the loan is because they had the money to pay it back. We check their financial information. They can pay it back. They signed the agreement because they bitching because they can't afford drinks at the bar because they borrowed this money. But that's on them. They had the choice. Of course, the government sees it a different way, which is ironic in and of itself. Because who's more predatory than the U.S. government?
What you talking?
So what should I say? That would be wrong too. I was about to say, should I say the justice system sees it differently. But who's more predatory than that? I mean, like, if you black. But anyway, yeah. Predators come in a lot of different forms. And there are times when you can feel like you've been preyed upon, and depending on exactly what the circumstances of the situation are, you may be right and you may be wrong. Like, somebody didn't prey on you just because you got to pay them back. Some people look at it that way. You know what I mean? Like, just because they have to pay back what they owe and maybe do it in a timely manner, they feel like they've been preyed upon. You got me when I was at my lowest. Well, you got yourself to the lowest, though. You know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. Which one is more wrong? The one who didn't handle their business in the first place, or the one that helped out to get you up out of your little bind?
Well,
Okay, let me ask you this. And I want you to think about this, because you probably have thought about it before, because me and you and everybody else has probably seen a situation like this. You know somebody is on drugs.
right.
You know they got a substance abuse problem or whatever. And basically you either lend them some money or give them a place to stay or whatever, where they're going to have to pay back after a while. Maybe they don't have to pay it back right away, whatever, but they do have to pay. Now, some people might look at that as, well, it's nice that you helping them out. You know, that's a good look. Other people might look at it like, well, why would you invest in somebody you know is on drugs, you know they ain't right and all of that, and you know it's going to be hard for them to get pay you back because they on drugs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, which one would you side with?
Well, first of all, I couldn't allow a person that no amount of money would allow me to allow a drug addict or anybody to stay with me. I couldn't.
Okay.
You know, I would try. If I would do anything, I would try to get them to go to rehab. Like, even my own daughter, you know, she has a place to stay. But when she calls me for money, I said, you won't get not one dime from me. Now, if you're hungry, I will send you something to eat. Or if you need some clothes, we can meet up and I will buy you some clothes and I will rip that receipt up so you can't sell them. I mean, bring them back to the store. If you sell them, always remember, I'm not buying you no more clothes. I can't feed nobody's habit. But to allow somebody to stay in my space, I couldn't do that.
Well, it might not be your space. Well, let me put it this way. It may not be a place that you live in.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you may have had a place for them to live. The thing is, they got to pay.
Well, my mom did that. My mom, like I told you, my brother, matter of fact, two of my oldest brother's girlfriends wound up smoking crack. The first one, she wound up smoking crack, and my mom was still making sure that she was giving my mom money for bills and, you know, stamps to take care of food in the house and stuff like that. But they looked at my mom she looked at my mom as her mother. Even his other child's mom, she did the same thing. But the difference between the first one and the second one was that the second one was just stealing everything in the house. You know, so no matter how much money she gave my mom, she would rob my mom. She even robbed me, stole my gold chain, stole money I had put up for school clothes that I was getting from my summer job. So regardless of how much money that you was giving her, you was still stealing from in the house to go sell stuff to, you know, feed your habit. So yeah, my mom, as always, she she's always been a mother to people who were motherless, or a parent to people who parents that she felt that didn't care for them. You know, but that's a gift and a curse at times. You know, so yeah, I've been there. I've seen that. I lived through that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and is when you're a kid, you really don't have an understanding. But as you get older, you be like, that was some bullshit. That was really fucked up. You know, because when you're a kid, you don't have a say so.
True.
You don't have a say so. You know, and that's the thing. Like even with my sister, when my sister was out there and she was doing her thing, she don't. You know, it's people. I'm not a thug. I'm not a drug. I never sold a drug in my life. I'm not a gunslinger. I don't have no bodies. I don't have nothing. People know me from being who I am. I love real hard. I love my brothers and sisters real hard. I care about people. When you see me, you're gonna be happy to see me. I don't owe you no fucking money.
Yeah.
I never did you dirty. So when people get ready to do shit to when my sister was out there doing certain things, people respected her because they knew who I was.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, like, that's the stupid shit. Like, even when she lived at the house in South Philly and found her boyfriend owed this guy money, and when I was coming to the house, he was like, yo, Troy, where your sister at? Where her boyfriend at? Where Wayne at? I'm like, well, they not here. Well, man, I'm glad. If I didn't know you, Troy, and believe me, if I didn't know you, I would have ran up in this house and start shooting. They owe me some money. So you rather jeopardize this whole household and your mother for your habit. And that's the fucked up part, that you don't, all that other shit don't mean nothing. When you're willing to put this whole household in jeopardy, then that's when you need to wake up and say, you know what, I gotta get home. Because I mean, that's your kids, that's your nieces, your nephews, that's your mother. You don't give a fuck. You don't. And there's times people don't, sister don't really understand. I used to follow her. I used to be up to 4 or 5 in the morning following her just to make sure she was okay. Not my pastor brother, not my older brother, but her younger brother, protecting her. So motherfuckers just don't really understand in certain situations that people put you into, that involves you, that put you in that mind frame, whether you doing things out of the kindness of your heart or you being predatory, one thing or the other. Like my mom, she wasn't even being predatory. I'm sorry. She wasn't even being like that. She was just saying, you pay when you late. And then whatever they gave her, she would accept. Shit, my sister, boyfriend would give her room. Let me tell you something, right? The house here my mom owned, she had 4 or 5 adults living in.
Mm.
When I would do my taxes, I would give her money to pay taxes for the year. One time I bought her a brand new stove. I bought her a brand new refrigerator. I bought her a brand new fucking damn washing machine and a brand new dryer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave her some coins for her pocket. When we sold this house, she said to me that, so that's all I'm getting? You're not giving me more than what all the stuff I had to do to pay everything I did in this house? I said, Mom, matter of fact, I had to call her by her first and last. I said, Miss Norma, because I didn't want to disrespect my mother. I said, do you realize every adult that you had living in that house didn't supposed to pay a room rental? Supposed to give you some substantial amount of money to pay. That's $400 to $500. If you got cable, you're getting food. They're not buying the food. You're buying the food. Mm-hmm. You're doing everything in that house for them. And you're telling me what I didn't bought you a washing machine, a dryer, a stainless steel refrigerator, a brand new stove, And every year when I get my taxes, I will give you money to pay the taxes for the year. And you tell me what I should have been giving you. I said, I love you, Mom, but I'm gonna hang up right now because I don't want to disrespect you and say anything wrong. You know, so it just takes me out because, and he used to give her $80 and then go and borrow back 60 of that to go get high.
Hey, listen, when a person,
this some shit, son.
hey, listen, this is what drug addicts do. I mean, if you expected a drug addict not to lie or steal, that's just what they do.
I
Now,
sat on a step in my old neighborhood and seen two drug dealers, both of them working together, to lift up windows while the person was asleep and take the air conditioner out of the window of the downstairs house. I mean, I'm like, this is some shit.
You said two drug dealers?
Drug addicts, I mean.
Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck was they doing?
Two drug addicts. Just go ahead. I'm gonna hold the window up. But like, God damn, this ball feet. So when the person wakes up, they be like, I'm high as shit. Damn, I know I got the. What the fuck? That's
what being on drugs is about. Your addiction is stronger than your addiction is stronger than your conviction. How about that?
Oh, go ahead and preach. God damn, that's a t-shirt right there, bro.
Shit, it's a reality. I can introduce you to some people right now.
That's a t-shirt and a reality, boy. Your addiction. Say that again.
Your addiction is stronger than your conviction.
Yes, it is, bro.
A drug addiction is undefeated.
Yes.
Ain't no morality. Ain't none of that shit. It can be temporarily, but when it's time to get high, it's time to get high. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's the truth. I need that now. I never forgot one time. My sister came in the house and my mom, my aunt was in the car looking for her and my mom was looking for her. We couldn't find her. When we found her, she came to the house. And my mom had put it in her room because this one, my mom was on the first floor of the house that we on. And she kept trying to go out, so I picked her up because I believe she must have been on heroin at this time. So I had to lay on top of her because she was going through withdrawal. She crying and I'm crying with her because I'm hurt before. And then we had to get her together and take her down there. And I think it was St. Joseph Hospital right down there right off of Girard Avenue, right off of Broad Girard, and get her in the program. So the shit that I done seen, the shit that I had to go through, the thing that hurts me the most is that I did that out of love, but the same love that I did out of love for people in my family and the people that I love don't show me the same love back with just a phone call. Or just to see how, like, I still never forgot the time. It was one time I walked from, and I'm not trying to get off subject, son, but it's just something I got to get off my heart.
All right, this got to be the last thing, though. We are officially over time.
I know. I already know.
All right.
I never forgot one time. I never forgot. My sister used to live, we was staying right down the hallway from where my mom was at. And this is when she had already gout and she was going through the beginning stages of dementia. I counted 25 steps from her bed to my mom's room. One time I went to the bathroom. Because between her room and my mom's room was the bathroom. And my mom was calling her name. She called about 4 or 5 different times. And she woke up and said, why the fuck she keep calling me the fuck like that? Do you realize did you ever have your spirit come out your body and hug you to prevent you from doing something?
I felt like that a couple of times.
That's what happened. It's like I can see me come out and hug me because I was getting ready. I don't even put my hands on a woman. Y'all, I told you that the other day, but I wanted to beat the shit out of her.
That wasn't a hug from your spirit. That was a restraint.
Yeah, let's say say that a restraint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean that's the shit that's like so is embedded that, and the only reason why my sister don't get what my older brother gets is because she's the only girl. But I still don't. It doesn't. All this shit doesn't resonate with me. I'm 55 and I still don't understand this part of life right here. Like I'm on the phone with a brother that's more of my brother than my own brothers. That's some fucked up shit. I'm on the phone with a brother that will sit on the phone and talk to me and have an understanding where I'm coming from and give me some advice and feel humbleness and understanding. Well, I got a brother that's a pastor. Now, when I told him about how I felt about him and how I had to do things for him he told me maybe if I write that down, it would be a good book instead of saying, let me pray for you. Some fucking shit. Pastor. But I love you, bro. I love the stream. I love everybody in the stream. I thank y'all for all the prayers and everything that y'all said to me online. It's hard to put that out there, but if anything I can put out there that can help anybody in the chat or help anybody that's listening to the chat, I'm going to have to do that because with talking comes healing. So I have to do that. So I love you, bro.
All right, man. Yo, you my dude. So have a good one. I'll holler at you later.
You know that. Tell Mom I say hi because I know you're going to go over there soon too.
No doubt. Be
much
safe.
Blessings, much love, bro.
All right.
All right.
My man Troy Diesel. Always and forever. That's what's up. All right. We gotta do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 20th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Rhonda Satchel. And also Charles Peter Coolmer, Kent Marshall, Musa Abdullah Muhammad Sr., Leonard Johnson, Denitra Kuhn Finney, Sharon Williams, Tamika Francis, Mugaga Peace, Yvette Green, Kamara Presley, and last but not least, Stephanie Crenity Van Beverhout. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 20th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. I said, go hard, go for yours. And remember, predatory in nature. Yo, 1 to 10, we can't rate you. If you're bad at 1, then you're bad at 10. But I won't want to be in the middle. I begin to tell you about the things when I've been swindled. That shit is wrong. Yeah, it's like just like a spindle. It goes round and round. It's like a tether. But shit is wild and you gotta get it together. Forever. Will we always be here? I don't know, but I gotta get away from there will never be another person that might play me, but they can always try, but they must be high because I'm not going for it. Had to live and learn. Yo, I'm not trying to give nobody another turn to burn me. Yo, it's not going to work. I'm not trying to be out there getting jerked. But I still recognize that some people smile up in your face and show the teeth to your eyes. And that shit might hypnotize. I ain't trying to go out like that, keep my pockets fat. It's not even about the money. It's about the things that happen to you. And you can't find none of that shit funny. There's some things that we look back on and think about to myself. That shit was crazy. And myself, my wealth is something that's important, but not as much as my heart. So I'm trying to do the things from the beginning to make sure everybody gets off to a good start. Speaking of the start, sometimes in the beginning, they make you feel like you in a race and you're winning. And they gonna promise you the sun, moon, and stars. And they ain't give you none of that shit. Who do you think you are? It's a bad look. And sometimes you eat the food from a bad cook. Garada Legend says the crackhead fixed him a hell of a meal. That shit made the brother really feel like she was doing something. Yo, she ain't still. That shit is what's up. Yo, the whip appeal. Maybe he didn't give it a pipe, but maybe he gave a couple of dollars. That's what she like. You gotta help somebody. Sometimes gotta say some beats, do beats, some rhymes. Some crimes get excused because they victimless. Are they really victimless, or do we say less? Say less. I don't want to hear no more. You said enough of this shit, and I'm done for sure. The score will never get even. I mean, even Stevens, I'm done with that shit. Yeah, I don't even believe in none of that shit. You're taking away my faith, and I ain't trying to be like that with Evans. I say 752. Thank you for all that you do. And even if you don't think, doesn't matter. The deeds are done and they got done well. And I'm still stories tell. I told them, yo, Texas hold them. I ain't gambling right now, but I'ma say, fam, how could you ever let your people go out like that? Yo, they was predatory in nature and fall flat. Peace to all my peoples in the chat. And I'ma see y'all tomorrow going into Tuesday. It's that. At 2 a.m. Y'all know how we do. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Appreciate you coming through. Showing a lot of love. Me, and I'm all above the fray. And I got a little something to say. Like Andre said about the South, 1995. That's what he said, coming out his mouth. No more. No more phones will, no more calls will be taken. I'm out of this motherfucker. I ain't even faking. I'm going to see y'all on the next one, though, and I hope that you're not in trouble. But if you are, though, call 911, because I'm out of this motherfucker right now. Peace, son. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. for another Daily Go Get-Emism show. Monday going into Tuesday. So don't try to go to tonight and think you won't, because you won't. Then peace, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. 1.